Welcome to Football Manager 2017, my Wigan game. Currently in March 2035, and this time I'm playing Portsmouth away. I'm still first, and I'm still gloating about the fact I'm first. I don't know how much longer it's going to last, because there is literally a 2-point gap between myself and second, who are Southampton, who beat me recently, and to be honest, are better than me. But until they overtake me, I'm still first. Now I have lost Mr. Wilson, but I have got my normal left back in the team, and Mr. Chamberlain and Mr. McGlade technically passed fitness tests and are available for 45 minutes, or should be limited to 45 minutes. So I'm going to get you and you off the bench. Put McGlade and Chamberlain on the bench. And I'm also going to put, where'd he go? Mr. Heaton on the bench instead of Mr. Byrne, and because I have an excess of midfielders on the bench, I will take you out of there and put Mr. Vincent on the bench. I would normally put Mr. Wilson there, but he's injured. Although he did get his pay rise to £2,500 a week for competing in 15 league matches. But it's nice to have Mr. Heaton back. Hopefully he will regain the form he had before he went through so many chronic injuries, or at least something approximating it. And we will see what happens. I'm not planning on using Mr. McGlade and Mr. Chamberlain off the bench unless I need to. Okay, and they reckon it's going to be a draw against Portsmouth. The bookies reckon I'm favourites, and I'm going to play in my favoured white away kit. Yeah, show me what you can do. Hopefully this game will be more interesting than the last one, which was hardly a scintillating match. But one never knows. Nice interception. Mr. Heaton, nice to have you back. Nice to have you back controlling the middle of the field. Oh, that great ball by Slaughter, so unselfish. That was a magnificently taken goal, but it was all Slaughter. Slaughter put the ball in such a place that Wedderburn had an easy finish. And that's why Slaughter got himself an extension to his contract for a year, with an option for a second year. Because while he may not be my best player, I think in a backup role he will be quite useful. At least I'm hoping he will be quite useful. They're putting pressure on my back line, forcing me to go backwards a lot, which is never the nicest thing to see your midfield do. But there again, when pressure doesn't work, you get opportunities. In the case of Wedderburn, ones that go 6 yards wide of the goal, but opportunities nonetheless. And in other minor news, the QPR manager, whose team is or was 20th in the Premier League, got fired, and I got linked with the job, which I have no desire to manage QPR. Oh, Wedderburn, you've decided to start shooting straight at the keeper again now, have you? I thought you'd broken that habit. Oh, unlucky Heaton. At least that would have been on target if he'd managed to get it over the wall. which is not something you can normally say for most of my players who take free kicks. And apparently it's going to be one of those days where we're actually going to get to the ball first, most of the time. I couldn't have a keeper named Pond because the natural reaction would be to elongate his name to Pond Scum. Great ball. That's what I like about Obi. Once again, Wedderburn, you're not meant to shoot at the keeper. But the sheer fact that Obi is managing to put balls like that from the midfield is always encouraging. Oh yes, and I just saw the Southampton score flash up. They're beating Derby 1-0. Derby recently got taken over by a consortium, so they're probably going through a few changes and trying to sort themselves out, which is never easy, I know, because my team went through it at the end of the last season. He's offside, blatantly offside. I thought I had replays on for offside goals, or disallowed goals. Yes, he was a couple of yards offside there. And scoring when you're offside is cheating, and if that's how you want to play the game, well, that says something about your character, especially when you run away and celebrate having cheated. There you go, I'm making moral judgments of people that score goals from offside positions. Okay, the keeper came out and punched that one rather than actually grabbed it. Turner, control the ball before you try and run with it, you muppet. Okay, 34 minutes in, only 2 yellow cards. At least that's something. Oh, great. Now the yellow cards are really going to start coming out. Yes, I really would like a second goal. What the heck was that, Obi? Talk about trying to give me heart failure. And then you do that. And of course Wedderburn messes it up again. You were so good the first half of the year, Wedderburn. You were my talented young player from Arsenal who was setting the world on fire. And second half of the season you've been a disappointment. I suppose on the bright side, the fact you've been a disappointment is probably what's kept you at the club rather than someone coming in and activating your release clause, but still. Okay, Hard will get himself booked again. Yes, I have a shortage of cover at right wing back. And like I mentioned, McGlade and Chamberlain are both passed fitness tests well enough to be allowed 45 minutes on the field. However, I'm not willing to risk them unless I really have to. And Lajara, you used to hit those into the back of the net in the first half of the season. Seems like everything we used to be able to do, we've stopped being able to do. I mean, that really was a great through ball and a great run to get to it. Oh, good. Thought Slaughter was going to get booked then, but no, apparently the Portsmouth player instead. It's just kind of disappointing when everything I used to be good at, I'm no longer good at. And I can relate to the feeling because I was playing, well, as I do daily. I do a daily mini Metro game where I attempt the daily challenge. This last week, I have been truly terrible. On scenarios where I was getting quite reasonable at them, all of a sudden overnight I suddenly became terrible for no apparent reason. Unlucky, Slaughter. I didn't think you could get to the ball to start with. So I can relate to suddenly not being able to do the things I would that I've been doing so well for so long, but doesn't make it any more enjoyable. And when it's a team you spent a lot of money putting together, and a lot of time and effort putting said team together, you kind of find it disappointing when it suddenly decides it's not going to do its job anymore. I really need to find someone that can place the ball into the back of the net rather than blast it all the time. The downside of playing with shadow strikers is not strikers, I guess. Mr. James is sucking for fitness, but that's kind of tough, really. It's too late in the game to really bother putting on a substitute. Well, that was a good ball. And again, blasted straight at the goalkeeper. Nice interception there, Perez. Oh, good ball. And another great through ball, and Lajara fails once again. Not having the best of games, Lajara. Oh, I think Heaton's done a pretty reasonable job back in the centre of midfield, controlling the run of play. Through ball, well done. Well done, Turner. Oh, you were actually onside as well. I wasn't entirely sure. Yeah, that was close, is the polite way of putting it. I would felt aggrieved if they'd scored like that against me. But either way, the important thing is 3 points, another victory. They don't have to be pretty, they don't have to be spectacular, they just have to be victories at this point. And it would be nice to go up as champ. I disagree that my player shoved him. I think their player shoved mine. But Derby are beating Southampton 3-2. So with luck, at best Southampton will get a draw. And I will get a wonderful, wonderful boost. But no, they didn't even get a draw. Oh yes, they did. 3-3. Oh, well, I've now got a 4-point lead. Which means once again, I can lose a match. But Villa are doing another wonderful job. Who did Villa destroy? You know, Chesterfield 1-0. Really wasn't much of a destruction, that one. Yeah, Oxford are making a late run for the playoffs too. And Slaughter on form. He did a beautiful pass. Oh, and apparently someone's might be looking at Lee Harwood. Good for them. Yeah, let's be sarcastic. He prevented Portsmouth from mustering so much as a single shot on target. Really? I didn't realise they'd missed every shot they tried. And let's be complimentary to my players. Well, that was the Portsmouth game. Another 3 points in the bag. And let's check. 9 games to go. And will Wigan manage to hold on to their wonderful, wonderful form? Or will they fail? And in the Premier League, and this is 2035. Top 6 clubs: Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea and Tottenham. That is the way of the world. Money talks still, even in this game. After what, almost 20 years, and these 6 clubs have pretty much dominated the division. In fact, yes, they have won every title between them since 2017, which is a tad, was it 5 in a row by Arsenal? Then Man United, then it's kind of been a bit of a mixture ever since. And this time it appears it's going to be Liverpool. But if you're a Premier League club and you're looking at that thinking, okay, got to finish in the top 6 for Europe, you've got to displace one of those 6. And that's just got to be disheartening, year in, year out. Anyway, on that happy note, as always, I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you down the road.